Birthdays for children with special needs is sometimes difficult for parents because they're trying to fit into what the norm is, and you've got fun and games and eating and things, and when you have a child with special needs that may not be reaching those milestones, it kind of becomes difficult to plan. But you have to, just do it anyway. So we're gonna do some superhero bowling, since Braxton likes to throw balls and he actually really enjoys bowling. And we've got capes and masks for everybody to make, and we're all dressed up to play the part. Happy birthday, dear Braxton. Happy birthday to you. It's about getting the family together and spending time together.
At first, I didn't know he had Rubinstein-Davy syndrome, and then my mom told me about it, and then he had a couple surgeries. It was hard for me because I love my baby brother so much.
Well, we're gonna oil rig. We work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Some are 7 and 7 depending on your region. The biggest thing I'd have to say is you can't always be there for the appointments, so you have to have a strong backbone to take care of it. So you have to appreciate that at the same time. You gotta remember that too on your days off. Why is she stressed out? Whenever you're stressed out, the rigs, if anyone knows you, any job, military, anything, when you're away, you're already stressed out. You already want to go home. But you have to think positive for her. The challenges for me was staying positive, not letting home life affect my work life, and vice versa, which is a very touchy subject, especially on an oil rig. I don't want sympathy, I just want to talk about it. Sometimes I want to complain, sometimes I want to just hear someone else's opinion, and sometimes your friends, they gotta talk to you and be like, dude, you have a really good life. You're stressing out over one thing whenever there's so much good going on, and you need that in your life. You need to be gut checked sometimes, a reality check.
When Joseph's away at work, the biggest thing is keeping the lines of communication open. I'm so thankful that even though he's on the rig, we can text and we can call each other every night, and there's not a day that goes by that we don't at least call and check in with each other, and I can update him. I tried at the beginning to schedule all of the appointments on his days off so that he could be there with me, but things get so crazy and his schedule changes so often now that it's really hard to keep up with everything. So it's just that finding that balance and keeping each other updated and opening the lines of communication. And I started writing. That was my therapy. When I started blogging, I really found that was a lot more therapeutic than I thought it would be. And it helped to keep him updated. It kept our family updated. Sometimes there was things that I didn't really want to talk about directly, but once I wrote it, I felt a lot better, and everybody could read it, and if they had something to say, they did, or when I was ready to talk about it, we could.
That's really the biggest. I think the blog, after that, it seemed like our relationship, because don't get me lying, we had a very hard time at first, almost to the point where we were gonna possibly split up, because it did bother me. Don't get me wrong, we gotta be a tough guy. I'm not gonna sit here and sob to people, but it's just I don't know, there's some things I just don't want to think about it. That's how I've been my whole life. On certain things that give you a lot of pain, you try to just move on from that moment on. It's not sit there and dwell in it. Don't think that having an undiagnosed kid, or even a kid what the syndrome is, it's not going to be hard on us. You gotta both be able to get along, and I think that's the realest thing. And we can be honest with each other now, and that's a good thing, I think. I think the biggest thing, if you think something's wrong or you think your life's about to change, it is going to change. It's just fact of reality, whether you have a normal kid or one that's one that might have issues, like you might think, or if you already know that they are having issues, and you got to kind of start rearranging your life. That's the biggest thing, is you got to suck it up and just say, hey, look, I got other things more important than what's going on right now. I got to think about. You got to remember, family comes first. They're always going to be there. And the kid, when you walk in the door, the kid doesn't care about how much money you have in the account, how many people like you or don't like you. All he's going to know is, or she's going to know is, that's my dad. You know what I mean? Love him to death. And everything else should go away. That's what I had to realize, is that, this kid doesn't care about anything else but the fact that I'm there. And when I'm not there, You know what I mean? I'm missing out. So I'd say that's the biggest thing, is learn that you're not in it alone anymore. You got people looking up to you.